Hey guys, I'm Bruce. Welcome to the thermal farm. Let's take a look around. We don't always have beer at the thermal farm, but when we do, it's 2 microbrews.
Trophies and stuff. We're gonna work on that.
The ladies get a big kick. This is the only cool spot on the thermal farm, so we get the ladies that all hang out. Hey ladies. Yeah, happy. And the design input, Christine.
The design.
I'll grab it. You need to put your knife.
No home tour is complete without a refrigerator view.
Yes, I
And that's enough of that.
Doesn't matter.
Dr.
This
Pepper.
makes you fly. No, no, no.
A big red. Yes,
Big red makes you fly.
even more hardcore.
Exactly right. We like to keep it tidy, keep the riff raff out of the fridge.
There's cutting board right down here. Right here. Right back here.
It's a little activity when we've got a contest going on. So this is headquarters. We've got Tony doing our trophies and getting the layout for everything going. And we're going to have some happy skies at the end of the day Sunday. Johnny King. The thermal farm and the Bruce works because of this fantastic barbecue and this cantina that Johnny King sets up. Johnny and his wife have been cooking. Well, you've been smoking pig butt for how long?
Several years now, but
No, what we have here. You've been
it's
smoking
been about 3.5, like 4 weeks that we honestly just take to prepare for this festival with Bruce. And if it wasn't for Bruce, I might not even be here. But it's for the Bruce is why we're here doing this festival.
Yeah, Johnny's
It's all fun, no monetary value. It's a great time being with people.
He makes a mean pulled pork sandwich. You can tell.
Well, first.
So let's go up where the action is. Watch your step. We can start in the closet, which is a little interesting, as any girl would love a nice shoe collection. So keeping those guys out of sight, nice and trimmed and cleaned and dust free, because you know a woman is not going to wear her shoes.
And out your closet window. A DLG event.
Yeah, we've got a few friends out here with us today. There you go. So we've got some guests in this week. We keep a nice simple little guest room. And last year the Swedish guys came and stayed, and a couple weeks before the contest I had to do a bunk bed because I know those boys like to bunk it up. So this time I've got somebody from Seattle and somebody from San Diego, and of course if you camp at the thermal farm you get to use the showers. So we've got a lot of traffic that comes in and out and gets some showers.
Sure.
Now there is a shower that doesn't see too much use. And that's the master shower. We'll get to that one in just a second. Big bedroom with the little DLG memorabilia. This DLG is the last one. I used to fly for Denny Mays Poke Aero Works, and that is an XT5, number 13, which means it was the 13th one. I broke a lot of DLGs. I still do, not as many. But that one got retired, and then I moved on to the Polaris. Those guys made that one special for me as an award. I won a nice big event for them, and when I saw them at the German Open, they presented me one that's got a little gold leaf on the tips.
Oh, very nice.
It's broke, but it's glued back together. So this is a shower that doesn't... Oh, I lost you for a second. This is a shower that doesn't see too much action, but you're welcome to walk on in there. It's probably the best view of any shower you've ever seen.
Oh, it's cool in here too. Very nice. Everything, there's a good view everywhere.
Yeah, no window dressing. Well, we own the view, so there's nothing we need to keep from looking in.
And speaking of good views.
Yes, this is why they call it a master bathroom.
So here's the urinal. And then there's the view.
And because I built this house myself, this is built to spec. This one fits the Bruce. So I can get a good lean on and check out what's going on through the day.
That's great.
Well, I think that's about the extent of the house. The real activity at the Bruce is outside, so we'll get back to some outside action. So you got the walk around of the house. Now we're out on the field. It's what we like to call the thermal farm. It's a really, really challenging field. If you can look out that way, you see these overpowering trees that are on that side of the field and really all the way around. So we're basically sitting down in here in this little valley, this little arboretum of sorts. And as the wind comes over these trees, it just kind of rolls over these trees. So normally we see a flying surface that's just great big and wide, and we get nice laminar flow, and that's why we are attracted to sailplanes, because they fly nice and majestic. But out here you'll see some video of sailplanes that are just getting bounced around and thrown all over the place. As the air comes over these trees, it's actually coming from these in front of us, but we can gesture that way. As the air comes over those trees, it's going to roll. It's going to come rolling across this field, so we have these big turbulence. It looks like white water, if you would imagine water coming down the rapids. So if you're below these tree levels, it's really, really challenging. You get bounced around quite a bit. And then as thermals get above the trees, we still see them as really violent balls that are bouncing around. So airplanes get pitched over to the side and corrected, and it makes for really challenging conditions. And right now, middle of the day, it's really hot. Thermals are strong, but the sink is really strong, and these guys are getting pounded.
So it's 50-50 of going up and coming down at this point?
It seems like it's about 60-40, and the 40's going up, and the 60's pushing you down. Somehow that one works out that way, but it certainly feels like it.
Gotcha.
So we're getting ready to go out, a round's going out. I believe we're still on the 3 flights of 6, so it's a 10-minute window. You've got six throws, and your maximum flight time is going to be 6 minutes for each one. So everybody's going to be launching right here at the buzzer as we kick off. They're going to be looking for a 3-minute flight. 7, 6, 5, and they're going to get 6 chances to try to do that. 2, 1. The wind direction right now is blowing towards what we like to call Death Valley. Because of the way that the thermals roll, look at that guy, you're good. You got pounded. That was some bad sink that he flew through. But as the wind rolls out towards that edge, that corner, we see the roll goes downhill just like water would. So you get these rollers that come over there and they just beat you up. It makes it pretty challenging. There's a lot of sink out on the field right now. I don't see anybody getting up. And this is really tough in this round if you don't find lift, because you can only throw your model 6 times.
And then you're shooting for a maximum amount of time in those 6 throws?
3 minutes is your maximum flight.
So you want 3 and get on the ground, and 3 more.
You want to do 3, 3, 3, and then you've got an extra minute to spare. That'd be ideal. But it gets to be a really tough call, because you know, if you're gun one, you could maybe make it past 130. Then you're committed, because you're not going to be able to beat that score.
Okay.
So you have to make a decision at about a minute 20 if you think that you're going to be able to go past 130 or past 2. So it's a little bit of a tactical decision to be made. There's some lift going up back there. It's light. You know, we've seen this. It's been heating up all day long, so we're really seeing this kind of equalization of temperatures. So what we require is a cold air mass that bumps into a warm air mass, and some sort of cold air interaction that's going to make it go up. But as it heats up, it's all just hot, so nothing goes up.
Gotcha.
And the wind just rolls over the trees and beats up your airplane. It's been really tough. If you fly there, it probably isn't as difficult to perceive on camera, but it's downhill. So it'll appear like you're really high, and then as you start coming to yourself, you're really going uphill, so it seems like you're sinking fast. And there's a field boundary. All your flights have to start and stop inside the field boundary. So if you don't make it back, all the effort is for naught. It doesn't count.
Now, who invented all these rules, Bruce?
All these rolls?
Rules.
Rules. The FAI is the governing body for, well, Federation Aeronautical International. So anything aeronautical, that French body governs it or maintains the rules. But we flew this as it was in America actually. F3K came about in the Americas. And we had a loose interpretation, we had some rules, we had some things, and as it kind of coalesced into a world-class event, they adapted what we had already been doing for 15 years. And then they modified some things that made some sense and tidied some things up. And now we have about 13 or 14 tasks that we can choose from. They all involve a 10-minute window and then variable flight times, like 5 2s or a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4. There's a bunch of different targets that we're going to have to achieve in flight. And on a really good thrower, really good pilot, if there's no air moving, no wind, no nothing, he can throw that airplane and fly it for about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. A really good guy. So as we see the dynamic thrown in there with all of the air, it gets really challenging because now you're going to go up, you're going to go down, you find the sink. So even getting a 2-minute flight in a day like today can be quite a challenge.